All right, hey guys, we're just finishing up the golf season here in Canada. Depending where you are, you may or may not be finishing it up. But either way, like all athletes, you should sort of have an in-season, right? And you should have an off-season. And we should have two very different focuses during that time. You know, I imagine we're going to focus on, maybe whenever your club championship is, whenever your tournaments are.
Yeah.
Focus on golf during that time, golf skills, and then the training, the strength is a little bit on the side.
Yep.
And then in the off season, you got to flip those. So this off season, Colton, what do you think we should be working on?
There's a couple things. I think if you're going to make first and foremost, if you're going to make any big mechanical changes in your golf swing, it has to be during the off season.
Okay.
When you're in the in season, you're trying to make big changes, unless you're like a touring pro and you're trying to play professional golf, all of that should be done in the off season. The reason being is because, as an example, I went through a grip change earlier this year, and it took 6 months to get comfortable with it. And it literally moved like probably 3 to 5 centimeters. Like it was really minuscule. So making that grip change not only to get comfortable and then getting comfortable trusting it on the golf course was a completely different thing. So number one is if you're going to do any big mechanical changes, make sure you do it in the off season. The in season is meant for maintenance and playing good golf, period.
Right.
And making minor adjustments here and there, that's fine. Number two is you have to ensure that you're getting in good, I wouldn't even say good shape, but you have to be getting in good shape for you, right? Getting stronger, and then that's the base to number three, which is getting faster, right? So I overviewed a lesson from a different teaching pro the other day. I was walking out and I was practicing, and this guy's like, I want to gain speed. I want to be able to hit it as fast as, I want to be able to hit as far as Colton, ha ha ha. And obviously, like, being in your 50s and 60s, that's just not going to happen compared to a 30-year-old.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get that fast. But
so he's trying to make equipment changes and mechanical changes. And don't get me wrong, that can help. But the big underlying factor is he's probably like 30 to 40 pounds overweight.
Oh, yeah,
right?
man.
Like, swing is short. He's a little guy, 30, 40 pounds overweight. And I was like, man, like you're focusing on the wrong thing to start. Like, it has to be getting in good shape first, because that in itself will allow you to naturally swing faster, being a little bit lighter, at least in that scenario. And then we can focus on the mechanical stuff, and then finally optimizing your equipment to maximize that. So like getting yourself in good shape first is the most important thing. I'm not saying you have to have 5% body fat, but not having 40 extra pounds in front and or behind you in the sense of being around your midsection is going to be absolutely massive.
There's another really big thing. I was talking to one of the best golfers I know the other day, and he was saying when he plays his best golf is when he can like bike the farthest. Right. So he's a competitive biker, and it has to do with your VO2 max. Yep. So that's essentially like the amount, like correct me if I'm wrong, but the ability for you to reoxygenate your blood with like nutrition after your heart rate is up. So in golf, like we have these short moments of intense energy outbursts, right? You know, go swing driver on the range for like 10 swings and tell me your heart rate's not like up quite a bit, right? Yeah. So, and then you also have that tension or that pressure that keeps your heart rate up too when you're in like a pressure situation, right? So there was a big or like a study that was done about carrying versus pushing, and so your VO2 max is 10% better when you're pushing versus carrying, for example. So what we're trying to do is get in really good shape also, like not just on the strength side, but strength workout is perfect for this because it's just like golf where you have a high intensity
for a very short period of time,
and then you get a rest. So that would be, I imagine, better than running on a treadmill.
Yeah, like if you're just trying to lose weight by doing cardio, like you're essentially doing it wrong. But making sure that you're actively trying to get stronger, not necessarily build muscle per se, but actively trying to get stronger will allow you to burn body fat long term and when you're stopping. If you're not, like if you're on a treadmill, you're only burning calories while you're on the treadmill.
Yes.
You don't get the same effect as lifting weights. So making sure you're getting stronger, and then that's the baseline in order to getting faster. So I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face, but 99% of the amateurs that I see that struggle, don't get me wrong, they have mechanical things they need to focus on, but one of the bigger things is being able to hit it further. Because at the end of the day, I could say, hey, Logan, go fix this mechanical issue. It might take you a few weeks to get in the good. Like, you're not just going to gain 10, 15 miles an hour in a couple weeks. It doesn't work that way. So not necessarily picking up a speed stick, but focusing on specific workouts. So if you haven't seen a couple of the baseline workouts that I have, go back and check out that video. But the biggest thing is, number one, focus on the big mechanical changes. Number two, focus on getting yourself in good shape, getting stronger. And then number three is obviously gaining speed, because then when you gain the speed, when you go into the in season, you're just maintenance. You're using maintenance as an opportunity to be like, okay, now I hit it this far, and you're optimizing ball flight, and you're just making small little tweaks, and you can enjoy, because we don't have that long, at least in Canada, you have 6 months to play golf, maybe. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's maximize what that looks like, because I'd rather you get in good shape, get stronger, get faster, so then in the in-season comes, you can just prioritize playing a lot of golf and playing good golf.
Awesome. So we're looking at strength training. What was the 3?
Mechanical. So recap would be mechanical changes, big mechanical changes. So grip, swing direction, all of the big stuff. Getting stronger, getting in good shape, and then getting faster.